Okay, so public static void others. Here are all the other variables. There is byte, which is, it can only hold from negative 127, negative 128, yeah, to 127. So you have to put very small numbers in there. And it cannot hold decimal places, can hold like anything. And you actually have to cast this because this is an integer. It's not a byte. Short, which is okay, and then, well, these don't have names. Let's go B, S, and then long, which is actually bigger than integers. Integers only go up to like 2 trillion or something, and after that you have to use longs if you want to do anything bigger than that. Usually you won't have to use them, but for stuff like counting all the bytes or all the bits in an entire program, sometimes you'll have to do that. So let's make this, there you go. And then instead of double, there's also a float. And you can abbreviate this rather than having cast down to float, because it's the same as a double, but it holds smaller values, just like a short holds slightly smaller values than an integer. So it can be like 1.2 f, and that f casts it down to a float. You just put that at the end. It doesn't work if you're doing like bf. That won't cast b down to a float. You'd actually have to use a casting thing, though you wouldn't have to do that because it's a byte anyways. It's still going to go into float. It doesn't have any decimals. So 1.2 f. Okay, and let's just print all these out. Oh, there's also another one, Boolean. This is actually really important, but it'll be for the probably next video or video after that, where we'll learn about Boolean variables. This can either be true or false. Those are the only two values it can be. You might not think it's very useful now, but you'll see it's really important. And let's print all these out. Okay, so we compile. Integer number. Oh, this is because it's not an integer. It's long. Well, maybe it's actually even too big for long. Let's take out a few of those. Still too big. I thought I could hold that big a number. Oh well. There you go. You can see it looks exactly the same as integers, these three. This looks exactly the same as a double, but they just hold, their storage space is different. So when we get into actually like saving files, you might use those to save space. Booleans, I'll talk about them later. Okay, that's about it. I do need to talk about one more thing. It's naming variables. Variables, they're usually done in lowercase, except for final variables, which I'll talk about later. They can't be changed, which are all uppercase. Variables have to start with a letter, they can only contain letters and numbers and the underscore character. So you could do A, B. That could be a variable. But other than that, it's standard practice to do variable names just like method names. So words separated like each sequential word will be a capital letter, but the first word is always completely lowercase. So, that's only standard practice, you don't have to do that. But what you do have to remember is only letters and numbers and must start with a number, and underscore, and that's it. And I don't think it can start with an underscore. Let me try that out. Let's see if that works. Oh, I guess you can start it with an underscore. Learn something new every day. Okay, that's about it. I will actually make another programming project for if you want to do it. It'll probably help you practice with variables. Probably be something more interesting than just this crappy method, or crappy class. That's what this is, it's a class. Website is johnsjava.webs.com. Okay, and hope to see you soon.